Chapter 13, Tangled Webs. The storm that battered the city was nothing compared to the tempest brewing within Anna Petrov's estate. The wives gathered in the grand study, the weight of their individual burdens making the air heavy. Each woman held pieces of the puzzle, but together they faced an increasingly complex web of lies, alliances, and betrayal. Anna stood at the head of the room, her presence commanding despite the dark circles under her eyes. She placed a file on the table, its contents spilling out: surveillance photos, financial records, and intercepted messages. Each document painted a grim picture of Radcliffe's expanding reach. "Radcliffe isn't just reacting anymore," Anna said, her voice firm. "She's building something bigger than what we've seen before." Maria Gonzalez leaned back in her chair, her expression sharp. "And we're sitting here trying to catch up. Every move we make, she's already countered." Sophia Russo's gaze flickered between the documents, her fingers tapping nervously against the table. "If she's consolidating power, we need to find her foundation and break it. Otherwise, we'll never get ahead." Laura Williams' voice was measured but edged with urgency. "We have a lead on Stanton. If we follow it, we might be able to identify her inner circle." Anna nodded. "Then that's our focus. Stanton is the key to unraveling her web. If we can turn him, or at least use him, we gain the upper hand." Maria's maneuver. Maria sat in a high-end cafe downtown, her demeanor calm but her senses on high alert. Across from her sat a man in a tailored suit, his polished appearance masking the nervous energy radiating from him. He was one of Stanton's associates, and Maria had orchestrated this meeting to extract information. "You understand the risks of working with Radcliffe," Maria said, her tone smooth but firm. "She uses people like pawns, and when they've outlived their usefulness, she discards them." The man's jaw tightened. "And what are you offering?" Maria leaned in slightly, her voice dropping to a whisper. "A way out, protection, and if you cooperate, a chance to come out of this clean." The man hesitated, his eyes darting around the room. Finally he nodded. "What do you need?" Maria's lips curved into a faint smile. "Everything you know about Stanton, where he's meeting Radcliffe, who he's working with. Give me that, and you'll have my guarantee." Sophia's revelation. Sophia walked through the halls of her gallery, the familiar scent of paint and varnish doing little to calm her nerves. She held a small envelope the man in the grey suit had delivered earlier. Inside were photographs, images of her, Roberto, and other key players. She spread the photos across her desk, her heart sinking as she realized the depth of Radcliffe's surveillance. One image in particular caught her eye. Radcliffe meeting with someone Sophia recognized from her past, an art dealer who had once worked with Michael. Her chest tightened as memories flooded back. The dealer had been connected to Michael's darkest dealings, ties she had desperately tried to forget. Now, those ties were threatening to resurface. Sophia's phone buzzed with a message from Anna. "Meeting tonight. Bring everything." Sophia's hands trembled as she gathered the photographs. She wasn't sure how much more she could reveal without losing the fragile trust of the group. Laura's interception. Laura crouched in the shadows of a parking garage, her eyes fixed on Stanton's car. He had been moving erratically, meeting with various contacts and changing locations frequently. Tonight, he had parked in the basement of a luxury hotel, and Laura was determined to find out why. Through her binoculars, she watched as Stanton exited his car and greeted a tall woman in a dark coat. They exchanged a brief conversation before disappearing into the elevator. Laura's heart raced as she snapped photos of the interaction. She tapped her earpiece. "Anna, Stanton's meeting someone at the Pearl Hotel. I'll follow them." Anna's voice crackled in response. "Be careful, don't engage unless absolutely necessary." The meeting. By nightfall the wives gathered in Anna's study, the tension palpable. Laura placed her photos on the table, each one revealing Stanton's movements and his interactions with Radcliffe's network. "He's funneling information directly to her," Laura said. "And he's meeting with people outside her usual circle. She's expanding. Maria added her findings, detailing the financial ties that connected Stanton to Radcliffe's new ventures. She's setting up shell companies and shifting assets. If we hit these, we cut off her funding. Sophia hesitated before placing the photographs from the gray-suited man on the table. She's been watching all of us. This isn't just about the Empire, it's personal. Anna's gaze darkened as she studied the photographs. Then we make it personal. Stanton's our way in. We flip him, or we neutralize him. Radcliffe's counter. In her dimly lit office, Helen Radcliffe leaned back in her chair, reviewing the latest reports from her operatives. The wives were closing in, but Radcliffe knew the power of misdirection. "Let them think they're winning," Radcliffe said to her lieutenant. "The closer they get, the harder they'll fall. Prepare the contingency plan." The lieutenant hesitated. "And Stanton?" Radcliffe's smile was cold. "Let him squirm. He'll lead them straight to me, just like we planned." The tipping point. As the storm raged outside, the wives sat in silence, each grappling with the weight of their choices. Anna broke the silence, her voice steady. "This ends soon. We dismantle her network one piece at a time, no hesitation." Maria raised her glass. "To the endgame." The others followed suit, their resolve unshaken despite the growing danger. The web around them was tightening, but together they were determined to untangle it, even if it meant risking everything.